Hey y'all, it's Chad with OSF Outdoors. Finally back with a new video, maybe a little short video, but not so much shooting on this video as I guess I wanted to share something with y'all on this little 1894 Marlin rifle that I just purchased not too long ago. It's an 1894 model. It's actually made in 1905. It's in 38-40 caliber, and I picked it up at the gun show, like I say. I got a pretty good deal on it. It's a pretty clean little gun. It's in nice shooter condition, really crisp rifling, clean bore. But anyway, when I picked this up, I was not aware that apparently, I don't know if it's in all of them or some of them, and I don't know if it's in any other chambering but the 38-40. But the 38-40, at least this one did, and some of them had a short chamber. So when I got it home and loaded it up, I found out that the action wouldn't close all the way, because when the bullet goes into the chamber, the slug of the bullet started engaging the riflings just a smidge, just enough to have to squeeze that lever closed and squeeze that bullet in there. And I've got one here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. If you'll see these little notches around that slug, that's where the rifling. You may not can see it on camera. Is it showing up? Those little cut marks, little grooves. Anyway, that's from the rifling as it was going into the chamber. That last little smidge there and had to be forced in. So the only way that you can fix that, I guess you could load your bullets extra short, push them down in the case a little bit, but I didn't want to go do all that. So you got to ream the chamber. You either got to take it and have it reamed, or you got to do it yourself with a chamber ream. And that's what I wanted to show y'all. I got one from Brownells. They actually had one left. I was lucky enough to get it. And here it is, that little tool. So, and it's got to go in here and ream that chamber out. And what it does, it just cuts an exact chamber of 38-40. And your bullet is actually, the shape of the bullet and all the dimensions are actually in the ream. And this little follower part just goes down the bore and keeps it center. And you're going to need something to drive it with. I figured somewhere, if I got a hold of this gun, then somewhere out there, then some of you or one of you somewhere out there in the world has probably got the same gun and got the same problem. Maybe you did, or maybe you didn't know how to go about fixing it. So I hope that this will help somebody else out down the road. So anyway, we got the ream. We got to have a way to drive it, because it's going to go all the way up into the chamber. It don't come with an extension. It don't come with a T-handle. So what I did to drive this thing, get enough length on it, I took just a common 3/8 inch socket for a ratchet, and I turned the head down. I actually turned this one down a little too much. It was starting to cut into the wall. But you don't have, it ain't got to be really strong, because you're not going to put a whole lot of force on it. You just ease this ream in the chamber and use light pressure and light cuts, and you have to take it out and check it, and cut a little more, take it out and check it. You need to make sure you got plenty of cutting oil on it too before you put it up in the chamber. But anyway, this socket extension fits the shank or tang of this ream perfectly. And to drive it, I just use my T-handle from my tap and die set. And there you go. So I think actual extensions for this, for these reamers, they're a little bit on the expensive side. So if you got a no extension laying around, that works fine. And like I say, here's the T-handle for my, that you turn a tap with. So I'll show you. There ain't a whole lot to it. And I know a lot of you people out there, gun people, you already know this. I have to put my eyes on. You do have to take the stock off. So to get it started, just open that action. Take out your lever screw. Just take that out, careful not to lose it. Lever will pull right out. And then your bolt, it's gonna pull out. Be careful when you pull it out, because your ejector, that little spring ejector sitting in there, it's not screwed in, it's not fastened in any way, it's just sitting there. Pull your bolt out, get the extractor out. It just sits in that little hole and recessed channel there. Take that out, then take the stock off so that you can turn, well, you got room for the T-handle. So it's really not a whole lot to it. Take that stock screw out, pull that off, and there you go. Like I say, make sure if you do this, if you're going to do it with any gun, make sure, and this one actually needs a little cleaning, and I've already did it, so I'm not going to actually be cutting, so I'm not worried really about it. But make sure you get plenty of oil on this, because it's going to cut the entire chamber. But here's the very end of the bullet right here, or what would be, and this is where I was having the problem with the rifle engaging the bullet. So just carefully slide that in, slide it into chamber. We're gonna take our homemade redneck extension here. There we go. And there you go. And you'll just want to take light cuts and turning that. Well, that come off, but you can see, you can feel that thing is razor sharp. You can feel that ream shaving that steel inside that chamber. And you want to go just a little bit at a time. And it's kind of aggravating, but you only get, if you go too far, you could ruin the gun. And you don't want to do that. So it's worth taking your time, cut a little bit. If you have to, put it back together. The way I did it, I cut a little bit, I put it back together, put a bullet in it, chambered it up, and it got a little, I think I probably did 4 or 5 turns, and it was good. So you don't really have to do a whole lot of cutting in it. And that will work. It worked for me, so I hope maybe that this helps somebody else. Like I say, I figured somebody out there in the big wide world has probably got the same gun with the same problem, and maybe they have fixed it. They didn't know how to fix it or whatever. And I just hope that'll help some of y'all. That little ejector, make sure, let me take it back out and show you. See, it kind of looks the same either way, like a little wishbone. But make sure that the little spur here with the bevel cut and the little spur, that's your ejector. Make sure that is outward, and just drop it right back in that little hole there. And sometimes that's not as easy to do as it is to say. All right, there we go. It just lays in place, and you put your bolt back in. Just line it up. Make sure that's out of the way. You'll feel it kind of snug up on it. If it's in its slot, don't worry about breaking it. You're not going to break it. Just push that back in, but don't push it all the way close. Leave it about right there. And get your lever. You just have to kind of feel around. It ain't going to go like that. That's backwards. But reach up in there, you'll feel it. There we go. See? Just line your screw hose back up. Screwdriver is over here. Make sure it works. There it is. It's slick. This thing was filthy on the inside when I got it. I had to give her a good scrubbing. So just get the stock back on it. Yep. And there it is. It's not really hard at all to do. It's just, it takes a little time, because you've got to make sure you do it right and don't overcut anything, and you got to make sure that ream is in there straight and it's cutting concentric. It ain't in there wobbling. If you do that, you're going, I mean, I don't really, it would be really hard for it to do that, but I guess anything could happen. Just take your time, be slow and easy with it, and that'll work for you. I know there's at least one guy out there that's like already thinking, yep, that's what I got to do to get mine fixed. I hope this video helps y'all, helps somebody. But right now, let's take it over here and shoot it a couple of times. See how she works. I'll take a couple of shots here. Not exactly rifle range, but I gotta shoot it. I don't care what range it is. I got it out, so I'm gonna shoot it. Put 3. These are just regular old lead, flat point. They're the Ultramax Cowboy Action stuff. And on the coal pile right here, I got a couple of Coke cans and 2 big pieces of lump coal out there. So, the chamber's good, chamber's nice, like it's supposed to. Let's try that old red can there. Save the brass, of course. Gotta reload that. And how about one of those big slabs of coal? And one more. Sweet shooting a little rifle. Really sweet. I hope that hope y'all liked the video. Hope somebody found it informative and helped somebody out. 1894 Marlin, 3840 caliber, made in 1905. Sweet little rifle. Really good shooter. So hopefully we'll get another video out that y'all might enjoy soon. If you hadn't subscribed to the channel, if you would, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button and the notification bell and all that good stuff. And until the next video, I guess we'll talk to you then. Have a good one.